Hello, friends. If you're watching this part, you're watching the replay as no one is here yet. For those who don't know me, I'm Tara of Tara's Energy Healing and Intuitive Art. You may have seen my signs if you're here in Kentucky. I'm in downtown Winchester. Welcome to my page. This is the first time I'm going live here on this particular page. I wasn't intending to go live until at least next week. For those who don't know, my father passed at the beginning of February, and so I have been in Rhode Island for about 5 weeks, helping my family take care of what needed to be done there, and processing my own grief. And as an energy healer, it is really hard to do energy work when you're moving through your own things. So I apologize to anyone who's waiting on me to return a message or to make up a session for them. So please, 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 if I don't get in contact with you this week, please reach out. I haven't forgotten about you. I just have quite a few people I have to get in touch with, and it's bound to happen where a name or two is overlooked, and I apologize in advance. So if I don't get back to you this week, please reach out, and I will return your message ASAP. So fear is currently gripping the globe, right? Just spreading like a wave over everything. And understandably so. Understandably so. It's a pretty scary thing to face. But we need to remember that coronavirus is a flu like any other flu. The only thing that sets it apart isn't the mortality rate. It's nothing like that. It's just that it spreads much faster than other flus. And therefore, the best way to help eliminate the coronavirus from spreading is to stay indoors. Just stay indoors. Well, I should say, stay away from people, right? We don't have to stay indoors. We can go outside. Just stay away from, large gatherings of people. If you don't need to be out, don't go out. Stay home. Bond with your family. Read a book. Find a new hobby. Break into your art supplies. If we can just come together and recognize that's the best thing we can do, then hopefully that'll alleviate some of our fears. But in the meantime, fear and stress wreak havoc on our immune systems. And so it's more important now than ever that we take care of our immunity. And so let's try to clear out some of this extra burden of fear that we're carrying. We might be carrying it forward from our ancestral lines, through both our parents' lines, and we also might be carrying it through our own karmic lines, our own past lives, carrying it forward to now. And there's fear that might be related to pandemics, to wars, to those more global issues, and there might be fears that are completely unrelated, but that we're still carrying, and we can clear out of our system, because there's no sense in carrying around fear that doesn't belong to us anymore, and that we don't need to have. So we're going to just go on a bit of a journey. It's going to be a meditation and a healing. And so if you could get yourself comfortable. You're going to want water if you don't already have any. Water just helps flush the system. It'll help transmute that, carry that fear out of us, right? Carry that energy through. You're going to get comfortable, whatever way is comfortable for you. Lying down, sitting up. Be sure you aren't driving. Be sure you aren't doing anything that requires your attention. All right. So if you can close your eyes and take a deep breath. And another deep breath. We'll get ourselves calmed down and centered. And one more deep breath. And I want you to picture roots growing out of the bottoms of your feet. So I want you to, whatever this means to you, push your energy down out of your body and into these roots that are growing from the bottoms of your feet. And these roots grow down and into the earth. They go through all the layers of the soil, through the sand and the bedrock. They go through spaces, void spaces and water spaces. They go down. These roots are really thick and gnarled roots. These roots are really going to anchor us into the ground. So you're going to picture them just continuing to grow down, bursting out of the crust of the earth and down into the mantle. They go through all the magma, down, out of the mantle and into the core of Mother Earth. This is Mother Earth's heart. And so here you're going to feel her unconditional love and her grounding energy. And I want you to just take a minute and feel that energy. And you're going to pull that energy back up your roots. And when I see it as the color red, but it may appear to you differently, and however it appears to you is fine. And if you can't see it, just know that it's there and know that you're doing it. Allow it to fill up those roots, back out of the core and through the mantle, back up through the crust of the earth, up, back through the soil and to the bottoms of your feet. And then I want you to take a deep breath in. And when you do that, imagine you pulling this energy up through your calves and up to your knees. And then exhale. And you're going to breathe in again, pulling this energy up to your thighs. And exhale. And imagine pulling this energy up through your torso. And exhale. And finally, bringing it up to the top of your head. And exhale. And then we're going to imagine a light coming down from the universe, a nice white light coming down and entering through the top of our head, and coming down through our central channel, down through our crown chakra, our third eye, down through our throat, and into our heart space. And this energy meets up with the grounding energy of Mother Earth in our heart space, and it swirls around. The red and the white swirl around. They make a beautiful pink color. And this beautiful pink color comes out of our chest and surrounds our whole body 360 degrees. And this beautiful pink bubble of light. And then we imagine this beautiful pink bubble of light expanding rapidly all around us, 360 degrees. So it's the size of the town we're in. It's the size of the state we're in. Suddenly it covers the entire country, the entire hemisphere. All of a sudden it encompasses the whole globe. It goes out past the Earth, past the Milky Way. This bubble of light just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding, out, 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 out. Past the bright lights, past the dark lights, out past the universe, and meets up with all that is. Here we are on the 7th plane. You can feel that expansive energy. I want you to picture yourself in a meadow. This meadow has tall grass and some wild flowers. You can feel the grass, the tall grass, tickling your legs. And you kind of walk around a bit and you notice there's a path. This path is a spiral path, and you start to spiral out on this path. The grass continues to tickle your legs, and you can feel the sunshine on your shoulders and the top of your head. You can see the wildflowers, the grass, and not too far in the distance, you see a forest in front of you. And you're continuing to walk on this spiral path. You can hear birds chirping. You might hear rustling of small animals in the underbrush. And in the distance that you can hear the leaves rustle as the breeze blows through them. Continue walking, walking, walking. And now you're heading towards that forest. You're heading towards that forest. And suddenly the air temperature starts to get a little bit cooler as the forest shades over the top of where you're standing. You're no longer feeling that sunshine on the top of your head. And you enter the forest, where it feels much cooler, but comfortable. You're still comfortable in this place. You can smell the dampness, and you can feel the dampness in the air of this forest. You can smell the decay of the leaves on the forest floor. And you're still on this path, and you're still walking through the forest. And as you're walking, you start to hear water rushing, but you don't see it quite yet. You can just hear it. And as you're walking along, you're touching the bark of the trees, and you can feel the bark under your hands. You continue to walk along this forest, along the path in this forest, and then suddenly before you, you can see this stream that cuts through in the forest. And you go along the side of it, and you put your hand into the cool water. And maybe you splash around a little bit, or maybe put your feet in. You know this water is cool and completely clean, and maybe you take a drink from this stream. And as you take a drink from this stream, you close your eyes. And feel that water going down, soothing your throat, quenching your thirst. In this space, you take yourself and you rest comfortably against a tree, the nearest tree right by this river. And you close your eyes. And here in this space, you are perfectly safe. And you are perfectly supported in this space. Nothing that comes up can harm you in any way. Remember that we are going to be the observers in this role. We are merely going to observe what comes up in our bodies. And we're going to watch it without judging it. We're going to watch it without grasping onto it, without holding onto it. We're going to allow whatever comes up to naturally flow through our body. Flow through our body. You may feel a sense of fear. You may feel a heightened fight or flight response. Recognize it is merely your body reacting to the energy moving through it. You do not need to hold on to that fear. Just allow it to move through. Breathe through it. Take deep breaths. At any point in time, if you do feel uncomfortable, really uncomfortable, if you start to get panicked, just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Feel free to stop this recording. Feel free to reach out to me. Okay? So I want you to take 3 deep breaths. In and out. In and out. In and out. We're going to connect now to the violet flame of Saint Germain. The violet flame has the ability to transmute any lower vibrational feelings, energies that we're currently in. So I want you to picture in your mind, or know in your mind, or feel into, we're going to start with our mother's lineage. So I want you to just feel into that family line, 7 generations back. You don't need to know anyone's name. You don't need to know anything about any of these people. Just in your mind, I like to picture what looks like a timeline extending back from me and just continuing behind me. And you can picture it or know it or feel it, however is right and true for you. And so we're going to ask the timeline, we're going to ask this lineage, where are we holding fear from our maternal lineage? Where are we holding fear in our maternal lineage? And you are going to start to feel this in your physical body. Just breathe. Just breathe. It may not come up as actual fear in your body. It may come up as a pain sensation or some other kind of sensation. Breathe into that part of the body where you're feeling this fear. Just breathe. Direct your breath to that space. And know that this is not fear that belongs to you. You don't need to actually experience the fear. And we're going to call on the violet flame, and we're going to ask that it transmute any fear from our maternal line that we are feeling right now. And in your head, it might help to say, I release. I release. I release. And continue to breathe into any areas of the body where you're feeling physical sensations. I release. I release. And we're going to allow that violet flame to do its work, to transmute anything that is ready to be gone, any fear that is ready to be released. Any fear that we are currently carrying from our maternal line, we can release. And any oaths, vows, or contracts from our maternal line that we may still be carrying on behalf of others, we can break now. So repeat after me. I renounce all oaths, vows, and contracts that keep me living in fear, that I may be carrying on behalf of my maternal line. And if you can see these oaths, vows, or contracts, or you can feel them or you know them, set them into the violet flame. Allow the violet flame to transmute the energies of these oaths, vows, and contracts. So that energy may continue to work in the background. Some of you may be completely done. Others of you may have more to clear, and that is fine. We're going to move on to our paternal lines. So once again, you may want to visualize or know or feel a timeline popping out from your back behind you, going back 7 generations. Once again, you do not need to know the names of these people. You don't need to know who these people are. You don't need to know anything about them. Just know that 7 generations back in your paternal line is what we are dealing with. And once again, we're going to ask that any fear that we're currently carrying on behalf of our paternal lines come forward now. And anywhere you might be feeling it in your physical body as a sensation, as a pain, just breathe into that area. And repeat in your mind, I release. And just keep breathing into these areas where you feel these physical sensations. I release. And we're going to ask that the violet flame enter your paternal line and release on your behalf any fear that is ready to be released, or any other energy that is no longer resonating with either your paternal or your maternal lines. It can be transmuted now. Continue to breathe into those sensations and release. Once again, this may not come up as actual fear. It may come up as a pain, as a sensation, and that is okay. It is all right and true. If it does come up as fear, if it does come up as a pain, don't cling to it. Allow yourself to step back and just observe the sensation, observe the emotion, and let it flow through you to be released. I release. I release. And now we're going to call forward any oaths, vows, and contracts that may have been made in our paternal line that we are still carrying, that are causing us to live in fear. So I want you to see these or know that they're there. And just repeat after me. I renounce all oaths, vows, and contracts from my paternal line that are keeping me in fear. And take those oaths, vows, and contracts and throw them in the trash. I almost said throw them in the trash. Throw them in the violet flame. Let them burn up. Let them be transmuted. You do not have to continue to carry oaths, vows, and contracts that are keeping you in fear. And we're going to continue to allow the violet flame to work on both our maternal and paternal lines. We're going to continue to breathe into any sensations that come up. I release. I release. And now we're going to go back in our own karmic timelines. We're going to go back to what we would refer to as our past lives. And so I want you to see a third line coming out of your back, and know that is your past lives going back. And this does not stop at just 7 past lives. This continues through all the past lives you've ever experienced, whether they're here on Earth or they're elsewhere. Because we absolutely can carry forward emotions, feelings, and energies from these past lives and still be holding on to them and not know where these energies come from. So once again, I want you to keep breathing through this. Keep breathing. I want you to call forward the fear that you may still be carrying from your past lives. And breathe. And breathe. And breathe. Breathe into those sensations that are coming up in your body. Whether they're emotions, whether they're physical feelings, just keep breathing. I release. I release. I release. Remember, you are safe here in this space. You are supported here in this space. Nothing can hurt you. All these sensations are going to do is move through your body. Move through your body. Do not attach to them. Just allow them to move through your body. We ask that the violet flame goes to your past lives timeline, and also transmutes any fear or any other energies that are ready to be released. We continue to allow any sensations to just move through your physical body. Do not panic. Do not worry that they will stay stuck. Just continue to breathe into them. Recognize them for what they are. Merely fears that have been trapped. And they move through your physical body to be released. I release. I release. We're going to call forward any oaths, vows, or contracts now that may be keeping us in fear. So repeat after me. I renounce any oaths, vows, or contracts from past timelines that may be keeping me in fear. And so it is. Now I want you to continue to breathe into those sensations. I want you to continue to release anything that's ready to be released. We're going to just sit here for a few more minutes. I'm going to move on from our journey. Breathe and release. Breathe and release. Okay. Now I want you to picture yourself once again sitting by that stream, up against that tree. And in your mind's eye, I want you to watch as yourself wiggles his fingers and his toes and comes back. His or her fingers and toes and comes back. You may put your hand in that stream and drink some water. You may splash some water on your face to get yourself To wake up, you're going to stand up. You're going to head back on the path that you came from. You're going to head back out of the forest. And during this time, you feel so much lighter. The forest itself seems brighter. And you feel like almost dancing out of the forest. You feel like a giant weight has been lifted from your shoulders. Your breaths seem deeper. And as a matter of fact, you take a giant breath right now. Releasing. One final release. Another big breath in. Another release. And you come back out of the forest and into this meadow. And here you are, spiraling back to the center. Till finally we see ourselves back as that giant pink bubble that had connected to the all that is. So what we're going to do is start to come back in our physical bodies. We're going to pull that pink bubble back from the edge of the universe, back down into our physical body, into our heart space. Pulling it down, 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 down. Now it's as small as the earth. Now it's as small as the town you live in. And now it's back into your physical body. We're going to send that energy back down into the ground, down, down, down into Mother Earth, all the way to the center of the earth. And we're going to ask her to wash that energy clean. Transmute any energies that need to be transmuted. And we're going to pull that energy back up, back up, back up, back up, through all the layers of the earth, back into the bottoms of our feet. And we're going to pull it right behind our belly button, maybe an inch above and just behind. And we're going to ground that energy here. So right here, pull a breath in, breathe into that spot, and allow the energy to expand into your whole body, filling all of your physical cells, filling all the energy within your body. It is done, it is done, it is done. By the power of 3, a perfect trinity, it is done. So, drink water after that. There's a lot of energy moving. A lot of healing that we've done. I hope you're feeling lighter, physically lighter right now. I hope you're feeling a little more calm, a little more centered. Take some deep breaths. If you have the opportunity, try to rest and relax a little bit after this. But the most important thing is to drink some water. And thank you so much for joining me. Please let me know if this resonated with you. Please let me know what came up for you if you feel so inclined. And I look forward to working with you all very soon. Thank you.